Hey, JB's or B. Welcome to season 7 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We've done it. Are you kidding me? When I started recording Buffy's Angels with Logan B. Adair, I I never thought we'd get beyond season 2. I really didn't. I thought Logan wouldn't like the show. I would get sick of talking to somebody who didn't like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the show would fade into nothingness. But no, Logan became Buffy's #1 fan, and now we are in season 7. Boy, I remember the lead up to this season. That summer, going into the final season of Buffy, it was announced as the final season, and anticipation was sky high. It was like Kurt Russell. All right. Logan, welcome to Buffy's Angels. How are you feeling about being a Joss boy today?
Well, I've never fully taken on that title still, but I one of my questions was, did they know this was the final season? I guess you're letting me know already that they did know that.
They did know that. Yes.
Okay,
Uh,
good.
Whedon had planned it out for 2 more years, and that was one of the reasons they left the WB, because they wanted to only guarantee them 1 more year.
Mhm.
Like after season 5, they were going to renew them for season 6, and then we'll see what happens. But CW, no, UPN, whatever, gave them the guaranteed 2 years, and so
Now
Whedon knew
here we
he'd be
are.
able to wrap the show up on his own terms.
It felt like it when I saw written by Joss and I saw we were going back to Sunnydale. It felt very finale, the final season,
How about that last scene? We go through all the big bads from Buffy history.
including Buffy herself.
That's right.
That was pretty shocking to me. Not
Yeah,
all of them. I was waiting for Faith. We didn't get Faith.
that's true. That's true. I was like, what are they going to do for season 2? Because Spike was kind of the guy that year. Like,
Yeah,
was he going to talk to himself? But
that
no,
would be pretty cool.
they popped up Drusilla.
Well, he had like the nasty hair at that point, and then he comes in with like the cool regular Spike look. That would have been actually pretty nice,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. That would have been all right.
But
Or
oh
maybe Angel, maybe a Boreanaz appearance
yeah, and
as
jealous.
Angelus.
That would have
Yeah,
been sick. I would have fucking
yeah.
loved that. But I'm excited to talk about these new people, Robin Wood, and all these new guys. He might be
Not
the only new
all of them
character.
that seem important are as important as they are.
Oh, really?
Robin Wood, you've clocked that's a crucial character. We'll talk about him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's good or bad yet.
They didn't know if he was going to be a man or a woman. That's why they named him Robin Wood. It could go either way.
Is that a shout to Robin Hood also?
I wondered about that. I watched Buffy. I've seen this like so many times, and never has that occurred to me
You
until I
never looked
watched
that one
it.
up?
No, when I watched it yesterday, I was like, Robin Wood, Robin Hood. That's insane.
Yeah, it must be. It's too weird to not be.
Yeah, I know.
So we'll see if he's stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. Maybe that's his
Yeah,
whole
we'll keep an
character.
eye out for that. All right.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
But he steals wood only.
Robin Wood.
That would be funny. That would be good.
Uh, all
To
right.
make steaks. That's good. He steals wood to has a steak business.
Oh, that's
He
good.
sells steaks to kill That's pretty good.
Wow. Wow. You should have been a Buffy writer.
God damn it. Why was I only 3 years old?
Logan B. Espenson over here.
Oh, good one, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Logan B. Petrie.
Yeah, what else you got?
Fury.
Mm-hmm.
All the great names from Buffy history. Logan Rand Kirshner. All right. I've got so much was happening in the world when
Yeah.
season 7 of Buffy premiered. Logan, amazing stuff. I mean, the world was still reeling. September 4th, Kelly Clarkson won American Idol.
Where are we
Uh,
reeling?
well, it was exciting.
Oh, I thought reeling means you're having to like get back on your feet after a terrible thing happened.
It doesn't necessarily have to be terrible. You could be reeling from I just saw Titanic and I'm reeling.
Well, yeah, because that's like so sad. I thought that's like when a sad event happens and you have to like
It's not
re.
necessarily sad. You can reel from something that's just overwhelming. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair
Okay.
enough.
Thank you. So wow, that was the summer of Clarkson versus Guarini. Logan, I watched every episode of American Idol. I voted for Kelly Clarkson quite a few times. Felt good about it.
You should. That's the right
Thank you.
choice.
Thank you so much. All right. Um, what else was going on? I'll tell you another big event. September 1st, Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr. say, I do.
Wow.
Yeah, they married at an altar somewhere. And
Wait,
they
when? The day of this episode?
Sept one, just like right before this episode, a couple weeks.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, big stuff. I will say October 5th, Charisma Carpenter gets married. That marriage only lasted a couple years, but did give her her baby, which will eventually lose her her job.
All right, we don't have
We will soon. All right. Buffy the Vampire Slayer Lessons is the name of this episode. It aired on a Tuesday, September 24th. They never changed their time slot after they moved from Mondays.
Did you have a
And
preference?
Monday or Tuesday. I was happy when I moved to Tuesday because it was Tuesday at 8. It was Monday at 9. I was happy to start the night.
Right.
Let's see what it aired opposite. Okay. There was a new show called In-Laws that premiered this night that this was on. That didn't last. I think Dennis Farina was in it. And Gilmore Girls season 3 had its premiere right opposite this show.
Wow.
I was taping it on VHS up in
So
my
you were
bedroom.
watching this one live, taping that.
That's right. But Gilmore Girls season 3 premiere. I mean, what a classic season premiere. Might be even better than this episode.
I mean, these episodes felt like not very standouty. Like they felt like a villain of the week type deal.
Well, I think that's what they're going for a little bit because it's harkening back to season 1.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Could have been more exciting.
I really like the first one.
No, it's cool, but it just felt like a lot of any other episodes with like felt like Go Fish or whatever, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot more going on.
It's better than those for sure.
We'll get into it. All right, Fox, they've got a block of That 70s Show and Grounded for Life going. That's pretty good. ABC, they've got 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter, starring John Ritter in the last days of his life.
Oh, man.
Former Buffy guest.
They just swallowed the microphone.
I belched.
I know.
That was crazy. Ted himself. All right. And that also Life with Bonnie, a new sitcom with Bonnie Hunt. After Buffy, WB tried to get Buffy to, or UPN, sorry, I always get that fucked up. They tried to get Buffy to launch a new series. They premiered a show called Haunted, which was Matthew Fox post Party of Five, but pre-Lost, and he was fighting ghosts and shit. I never watched it, but I had this. There was this Asian girl I used to talk to about Buffy in my school. I wish I could remember her name and couldn't refer to her as just the Asian girl.
You don't have to say. I feel like you think you have to say people's names on the podcast, and that's not a thing you have to do.
I like saying names,
and it's funny.
But yeah, I don't remember her name, but I remember that she loved that show. She was always trying to get me to watch it, but I never did.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Ever? Maybe do that one next.
Haunted.
Yeah,
I think it was canceled after like 9 episodes or something, but
then it'll be short.
All right, bang it out.
Yeah. Do you watch Ghosts, by the way, on CBS?
Yes, you know that I do. I've talked about it on Hey, I'm watching here.
I know you had dabbled, but I didn't know if you really watched it.
I watched all the first 3 seasons, planned to watch the 4th.
Okay, that's fun. In
Mm-hmm.
every episode of Survivor, it's like the ghosts come on a commercial and they're like talking about Survivor.
That's fun.
It is pretty fun, yeah. Makes me want to watch
Uh,
it.
it's a good show. All right. We've got what else is going on? Oh, but I'll tell you, winning the night in the ratings every week. CBS's Jag.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They're owning. All right, the number one song in America, "Dilemma" by Nelly featuring Kelly Rowland. Everything I do is you,
Oh, that's what you were
even
singing
when
earlier.
I'm with my boo.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
go crazy over you.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I love that
Uh,
song.
and number one song in the UK is "Just Like a Pill" by Pink. I always hated that song. She's yelling at herself in a mirror in the video. LA told me you could be a pop star. All you have to change is everything you are. How about
What's the
that?
best Pink song?
Um, blow me one last kiss.
That's it?
Yeah, that's the best one.
All right, I can't even think of another one right now.
And then maybe fucking perfect.
The one I'm thinking of is a Katy Perry song, I think. You're hot and you're cold. Is that Pink?
That's a first of all, it's a terrible song, and second of all, yes, that's a Katy Perry song.
Okay. Well, it's just the one I could think of. My bad. Sorry,
Hot
Pink.
and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out. All right.
You're up
Uh,
and you're down.
there you go. All right. Hey, I'll tell you another big thing that happened the day that this episode aired. There was a premiere in daytime television, the first ever episode of Dr. Phil.
Wow, that's pretty huge. That's still going today.
Still, yeah. So much going on. The here's something else that happened on this day. You ready? I'm gonna blow your mind.
Do it.
The first ever edition of Mozilla Firefox debuted. The web browser Mozilla Firefox.
I think Dr. Phil outlasted it, right? I don't think
Firefox is still going, isn't it?
is that still going? Mozilla Firefox?
I was still using it as of like 2 years ago.
Okay, I'm sorry to them then. But
Yeah.
Phil's more popular.
Yeah. All right, so much else, so much else. All right. 2 nights before this, the Emmys happened.
Okay.
Logan, the Emmys. Friends for its eighth season. One, I mean, not the eighth time it's won, but for its eighth season, won Best Comedy Series. All right.
Wow.
And The West Wing won Best Drama, and it won a shit ton of acting awards, tons of
Okay.
them. And I wasn't watching it at the time, so I remember watching the Emmys that year. Like I was like, "What the fuck? Stop giving it to West Wing people." And now I watch it. I'm like, "Yeah, they all deserved it."
Yeah,
All right,
you're right.
yeah. And a big deal. Michael Chiklis won Best Actor that year for The Shield, and that was like the first time like a basic cable show had won a big award.
Okay. Shout out to the
Yeah,
Shield.
yeah. Shout out to The Shield. The pilot of 6 Feet Under won for Best Directing, and the pilot of the Bernie Mac Show won for Best Writing on a comedy show.
Okay.
Pretty big
R.I.P.
year. Pretty big year. All right. Um, I'll tell you what else was going. I'm so sorry we haven't gotten into Buffy yet. There's just so much going on in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Logan, only a couple of days after this episode aired, a woman was born to the world. She emerged from her mother's womb
I'm glad you said womb.
and greeted us
Did
with her star presence.
do you usually go days after the episode?
Yeah, sometimes a couple days if I see something big happen.
Okay. I don't really have a guess. I don't know who would be this young.
It's Jenna Ortega.
Oh, that's a good one.
How about that?
Yeah.
She just made it. She got to the world the year the final season of Buffy aired.
Yeah.
All right. Number one movie in America, Hardball with Keanu Reeves in its second week. It was not a good week at the box office. Number two, The Others with Nicole Kidman, which I saw in theaters. And number three, The Glass House with Lily Sobieski, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's terrible, but I loved it. And we could watch that for the podcast because there's a direct video sequel with Angie Harmon. All right.
Okay.
And
I feel like didn't wasn't it a rule you guys didn't do direct to video and then I feel like you guys gave up on that?
yes, correct.
Okay. Okay.
And the big release this week was supposed to be Glitter, but it tanked. It didn't even make it to like the top 10.
What's that?
That was Mariah Carey's big debut. It was like, her Lady Gaga Star is Born or Britney Spears and Crossword Roads. This was supposed to be like
Christina had Burlesque, right?
that's right. Yeah,
Yep.
Mariah was supposed to be a big star after this, but she also had like a nervous breakdown on TRL, like right in the lead up to it. So she was getting a lot of bad press at the time.
Damn.
Started like stripping on live TV for like Carson Daly. It was weird. She threw out ice cream bars to the audience. I don't know what was going on. Um, and anything else? I think I might be ready to talk about Buffy.
Wow.
I
Okay.
am. I
Okay.
am. All right. Oh, no. Couple album releases this day. Uh Beck Sea Change. That was a big record. It was his breakup album. His first four records were all like fun, happy times. And then some lady broke his heart. And this was his acoustic album. It was a big change for Beck. And we all loved it at the time. And but then he went off and married Giovanni Ribisi's sister, and everything was all right. Um, but also this day, the Once More with Feelings soundtrack came out.
Oh wow, that's very exciting.
Yeah. So my mom was driving me around town because I went to three
You
record
couldn't find
shops.
it?
Yeah, I talked about this on the Once More with Feeling episode. But
It
yeah,
was
we
sold out or they just didn't have it?
they didn't anticipate that people would be wanting it. They didn't know, like the record stores near me, they didn't know what it was
Yeah.
really. They were like, it's a Buffy soundtrack. We'll order a copy or two. And then it sold out. The like I remember going into a record store and asking for it, and the clerk was like, another one. Like a
Another
bunch of
one.
people, like they sold out of it immediately, and then like a bunch more people came asking about it, and I was
Right.
just the next one.
Right.
Uh,
Wow, that's
and
crazy. They made
yeah,
one or
yeah,
two copies.
yeah. So the third store I went to, they finally had it.
Go to
I
shout them
bought it.
out, give them some good
I
service.
don't remember who it was.
No, okay.
I'm pretty sure they don't exist anymore. It was like an FYE or something.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Those are good stores.
those were, yeah. But great soundtrack album, great booklet of pictures and lyrics. All right. Um, let's get into it. Lessons by Joss Whedon. He's rewrote it. Directed by
Lessons.
David Solomon, who is Joss's guy. Though I will point out that all the scenes with Willow and Giles were directed by Joss Whedon because
Hmm.
he went over to England with Allison Hannigan and just used his own camera equipment before the season started shooting, like officially, to go shoot those scenes. Those are all shot at Anthony Stewart Head's actual house with Anthony
Wow.
Stewart Head's
Real horse?
actual horse. That's
Oh, his
he
real
owned
horse.
he
That's
owned that
incredible.
horse. Its name was Otto the horse.
That's why you were so
Uh,
comfortable on it.
that's right.
That's an amazing fact. Best
Yeah.
fact of all time.
All right. So I'm always on the lookout for that. Like, look, that's like his foyer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's his hallway to the bathroom.
Right.
That's where he showers every day.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that's what I got. Get into your notes on lessons.
Okay. First of all, is it called lessons because we're back at school? Don has these new lessons.
That's right.
Love it. So we start out in Istanbul. I guess it's a thing this season where like these women are being stabbed and all over the country,
That's right. All over the world.
all over the world. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, we'll learn what's going on there.
All
But
right, I assume we
yeah,
would.
yeah,
Yeah, but here's one in
Istanbul.
Istanbul. Yeah,
Mm.
and then we see a
I remember being so excited for that. Like it's the season started. I was like, we're opening in Istanbul. What are they doing?
well, it didn't shock me that much. We've had so much angel stuff like traveling around the world. I feel like we've seen so many different countries and whatnot.
Hasn't happened on Buffy as much.
Angel was on Buffy for a bit. We got some stuff there.
All right, all right.
But we Buffy's training Dawn. We're like in a cemetery. Buffy's like, Dawn, this is how you kill vampires. It's pretty cool stuff. But then Buffy has to eventually like jump in and save the day. And I
But she
feel like,
says Dawn did a great job. She missed the heart on the vampire.
oh
Buffy's like, don't
yeah,
even worry about it. I did that the first time too.
yeah, that really reassured Dawn a little
Mm.
bit. And we saw Buffy decapitate one. I feel like we don't really see that often.
No, that was pretty sweet. Swinging that sword.
Yeah, that was actually really neat. But and then we talk about something. We're like, oh, something's coming back. We don't know what it is. It's going to be real scary. And then we cut to the school, and then we're opening. We cut the ribbon at Sunnydale, new school.
Right.
Pretty cool. It
That's
looked
that.
awesome too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fancy new out
Where
layout.
where was this one filmed? Is this like? I mean, they didn't build a new place, you know?
Well, all the interiors are like the old Sunnydale High sets, just like redressed. But I don't know where they shot the exterior. It's not Torrance, California. They were banned there after the set explosions late at night. But
No.
what that was when they killed the mayor. Like
Right,
that hurt their relationship with the neighborhood. But yeah, and this is the first Robin Wood appearance. We see him cut the ribbon,
right. Yeah, that's Robin.
as
And then we.
Sparta once did. Sorry, there was a great song called "Cut the Ribbon" by a band called Sparta.
Oh, okay. There you go. Then we get to the credits. Anything fun in the credits you want to shout out? I didn't really pay that much attention. I was trying not to spoil myself.
Yeah, well, that's good. They show something like a demony thing from an episode that hasn't aired yet.
Yeah,
So
that's why I don't try to watch so
yeah,
much.
I think we see Giles on the horse.
Okay, all right. I
That
did notice we got and Allison Hannigan as Willow. Is that a thing we've always been getting?
was since season 6 when
Okay,
Anthony Stewart Head left the opening credits. They gave Hannigan the end credit.
okay. And I guess that's it from the opening credits. And then we see Giles. We're in Westbury, England. I guess is that the real place? Or is that a made up place?
No, I think that's
Like, is
the
that
real.
actually where Giles lives?
Yeah, I think it's
Stewart Head?
where Anthony Stewart Head lives. Yeah.
Oh, they're doxing him on the show. They're like, oh, listen. They kind of are. They're like, these are his surroundings. These are the mountains
Yeah,
where he
keep an eye
lives.
out for it. Yeah, like it's true though. Like a discerning Buffy viewer could probably figure out where he lives.
There's like a guy on the internet on TikTok who like will look at any video online and he's like of like people in the ocean. He's like, this is exactly where you are on the ocean, and this is what time you shot this photo. Like, there are people out there that do that type of stuff.
That's
So
creepy.
if it was now, Stuart Head would be getting doxxed.
He
But
might be Stewart dead.
it's possible. Yeah. What's it called when the cops show up and they like I don't know. So
R.I.P. Professor Charles.
what do you mean?
Isn't that what you called him? Like the first couple episodes, or Mister Charles?
That's gonna live on forever. Yeah, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. You're right. If you go back, by the way, you said Mr. Charles, or he says Mr. Charles, is what it sounds
No, he
like.
doesn't. No, he
But
doesn't.
it sounds like it. I know he doesn't, but
Okay.
it sounds like it. But anyway, so Willow is growing a flower. She's like, look at this beautiful flower. And then Giles says she's like Miss Harkness. Apparently she's one of the Coven women.
Harkness. It's a reference
Oh.
to Agatha Harkness,
Oh.
the classic Fantastic Four character who was later Agatha all along. Logan.
Really? That's her?
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
pretty neat. And we referenced Dumbledore. I thought Don would have liked that. Didn't Don reference Harry Potter one time?
Oh yeah. I think you're
But the
right.
books, it was like before any of the movies came out.
That's right. Yeah. Now it's just like a pretty common reference.
Yeah, we're like movie two's out already, basically. But
Mhm.
so we go to the Summers house. Xander shows up. He's
Well,
wearing,
that scene's good. The I
yeah,
think the flower looks like shit, but I really like the dynamic between Willow and Giles. It's so
of
nice.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great. Um, yeah. I wish we met some of the coven. Do you think we
Yeah, me
will?
too. I don't remember if we ever do.
Hmm. All right. But Xander looks great in his suit. He's got like these plans for the school that he's going to tell them all about. Is he like the manager of that? Is he leading that?
Seems like he is.
Yeah, it seemed
Yeah.
like this is his operation. That was pretty big.
There's actually
But
a pretty baller shot. Like he drives up in that car and we see him like step out.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah, I love Xander. And I love this line Buffy says to Dawn. She says, "Talk with your mouth full." She wants her to eat something. She's like, "Go
Yeah.
eat, and then we can talk while you're eating." I love that. That was pretty funny. Shout out to
Mm.
Joss. And we go to the cool thing we learned here is that the library where the Hellmouth was at the previous school is now where the principal's office is. And they're like,
Mm.
well, we probably won't even have a principal because the last one's died. So who would sign up for that job?
Last two guy eating.
Turns out Robin Wood. We referenced a few episodes. The Pack, Go Fish, Out of Mind, Out of Sight. Those are the ones I got.
Yeah, Buffy's giving Dawn advice. She says, "Stay away from any hyena people or lizardy looking fellas
Lizardy type
or
athletes.
lizardy type athletes or
Anyone invisible.
yeah, yeah.
She's like, how I won't see
If
him if
you
they're
let
invisible.
yeah, she says, let me know if you see anyone invisible. I'm not gonna see anyone invisible. That's good.
Very funny.
Mm.
But before we get there, I love another line Buffy says. She says, "Have everything books, lunch, steaks." Very funny.
Yeah.
And then we got Dawn a gift. We don't learn what it is. Did we ever learn what it was?
Yeah, we did. It's a cell
Okay.
phone.
Oh, it's the cell phone later. All right.
Yeah.
And then
She says she got her a weapon. That's setting up like, oh, what's the weapon? And then later on, like she says to the new friends, like, I've got this weapon, and she pulls out a cell phone.
totally.
Yeah.
And Robin Wood comes up as Buffy's walking Dawn to class. Buffy is like just hanging out at the school for some reason, I guess to investigate stuff. But Robin's
Getting
like,
the lay of the land.
how is that allowed? Like parents can just like walk around. Like this isn't elementary school. I guess it's a new school. It's fair enough. They want
Yeah,
to
it's
walk around.
I think it's okay the first day of a new school, but
Yeah, you're right.
also Robin seems to know who Buffy is.
He does. He does. Well, they don't have an orientation. Like usually at school, like 3 weeks before school starts, you'll have an orientation. You go and you'll like talk to your teacher. You'll like meet and have the whole thing. That they didn't do that here.
The Summers ladies must have missed the memo on that one.
They didn't do that. But I liked Robin. He comes up. He's like, "So are you Don's mom?" Buffy's pretty insulted by that.
That's
But
a good running bit in the episode.
yeah. But he knows. He's just messing with her. He knows who
I
she
know.
is. And
The actor who plays Robin Wood is DB Woodside.
that's
He's
right.
got Wood in his name. And he goes on to have a pretty good career. He played the president on 24 for a little while. And
Seriously, I thought that
yeah,
was the
yeah.
Allstate guy.
That was previous president. In
Oh
20
wow,
in the 24 universe, we were allowed to have more than one black president.
wow,
Um,
that's pretty crazy.
yeah, yeah.
That's how you know it's
And
a TV show.
that's right. And he
Think we'll ever have
also
another. Well, we always had Kamala. We'll probably get another black president. We'll get another black president before
oh,
before a woman.
we'll definitely get a black man before we get another woman.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
All right, and God, that's depressing. But yeah, and he was on that show Lucifer for a long time.
Okay,
Never really watched it, but he was
why
around
not?
on that show. I don't know. Maybe
Is
I
that
should have.
Idris Elba in this?
No, that's a different Lucifer.
Oh,
That's Lucifer, British Lucifer on the BBC.
hmm.
There was a show in America, Lucifer, where he's Satan, but he's like solving crimes.
Oh wow, he's a good Satan. He's like
Yeah,
Angel. He's like
I,
a Satan with a soul.
I guess.
I like that.
All right. Let's keep going.
So we drop him off. Oh, we run. Oh, there's a guy in the hallway with a basketball. What was that about? He like bounced the basketball, and then Buffy's like, "What the fuck?"
I think that was just supposed to be like a red herring, scare us.
It was pretty scary. I'll give him that. We meet Don's teacher, Mr. Longren.
That's his name,
That's what he said, and
Longren.
he had it written on the board, and it sounded like
Okay,
Logan, so a little bit. So I
nice,
thought that was
nice. You popped.
Mr. Logan. If it was episode one, it was Mr. Charles. I'd call him Mr. Logan. But Dawn, she's like going. They're like, let's do the. It's like in the Big Brother house when they sit around when they sit around the table, and they're like, all right, introduce yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've only seen this on Big Brother.
No, I just wanted to reference Big Brother. But Dawn's like, I like dancing and music and Britney Spears before she sold out, and then Buffy, we see like,
I like she says her early work, like mostly her macaroni paint.
yeah, she didn't even like her music, but like before
It's a
she got,
funny bit. It's a funny bit.
yeah.
Good job, Don.
And Buffy's in the bathroom and she sees these freaking dead people. She's like the boy in the Sixth Sense, basically. And Buffy runs in the classroom, interrupts Dawn doing her little speech, and she's like basically embarrasses her. And then we cut to Anya. This was fun. See, Anya, I noticed was in the opening credits, so we're gonna get more of Anya. But I noticed this show, as we talked about, they'll like put people in the opening credits and then kill them off, So
Yeah, yeah.
she might not be. But Anya's been on the show longer, way longer than I thought she would. Honestly, I'm not complaining. I obviously love her.
First
But
appearance, season 3, episode 9.
wild. We've had more Anya than not Anya.
That's right. Anya, by the way, in my preferred Anya mode, brunette.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know. I liked blonde Anya.
I know. We differ on this.
But I love both Anyas a lot. By the way, has Darkness Falls come out? I meant to look that up.
I think it came out January of this year or the next year. I should look that up.
Yeah, that's pretty important to me. Like, is she in movies? She might have been in movies already. But Anya, apparently, Halfrek says her new name is Miss Soft Serve because she's not as evilly and vengeancey as she once was. She's taking it easy on people these days. So Anya doesn't really like that. But
Darkness Falls is going to come out in theaters halfway through season 7 of Buffy.
So she shot it probably.
And I remember when like that came out thinking like, wow, this perfect timing. Like this is going to launch her movie career after Buffy ends.
Yeah, didn't really happen.
Didn't really happen.
If you had told me who was the star of Darkness Falls before I watched this show, I could not have told you. And now I can't tell you anything else besides, like, what else has she done besides this and
that? Not much, She I remember she had a recurring role on a show I watched called Life Unexpected.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, she was on that with Britt Robertson.
Didn't you say she was in Agatha all along? Or
oh yeah, she was in WandaVision.
She's one of the women in town. So
yeah,
and I think she is in Agatha all along. I want to say. I think maybe I saw it on her IMDb.
Great.
But anyway, so that's what's going on with Anya.
Should I watch that? Listeners, let me know.
Yeah, let us know. I've heard it was pretty good.
I kind of have too.
But Buffy goes to Xander. She's like, "Hey, Xander, I saw dead people," and he's like, "Oh shit, we got to deal with that probably." But Dawn, there's this guy in class that gives Dawn a pencil, but then he's a freaking zombie. But then he's not really. She hallucinated.
Yeah. First of all, I noticed that dude in the class in the first scene when she's like doing her little speech. Yeah. I was like, that fucker's a zombie. But then that he disappears after he throws the pencil at her or whatever. This kid, we've actually weirdly covered on the podcast. He goes on to play Donatello in the Michael Bay Ninja Turtles movies.
Both of them. He came back.
That's right.
And I remember like somebody didn't. Maybe Knoxville was not.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Wow. So that's pretty cool. Shout out to Donatello there. One of my favorite Ninja Turtles. I don't even know why I said that because he's
definitely one of my 4 favorites.
Yeah, because Raphael is always my favorite. But watching the movies, Donatello did stick out. He was pretty cool. I liked him.
He's the 3rd best.
Wait, Mikey?
Yeah.
Leo sucks. Leo's easily the worst.
Of course, Leo's the worst. Raph is the best. Mikey 2nd. Donnie third.
It depends what you value. Like Mikey's like Donatello has this real talent outside of what all the others do.
Yeah, he does machines.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Like all the others are just kind of fun and stupid. But
yeah, but I value fun and stupidity.
He can be that. He can also be serious though.
That's true.
He's the most layered of the.
That's true. See, Leo doesn't have the fun, stupid side. Donnie could go back and forth. Maybe he's
Exactly.
the best Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, he's the
He is,
perfect mix.
he is the Ninja Turtle that I used to play as in the Ninja Turtles arcade game because the bow staff had a long reach. He could
Oh,
hit people from further away.
yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we made the case. He's like the Goldilocks, like just right
Just right.
version of the Ninja Turtles. But so there's that guy in class. Dawn runs to the bathroom. She sees all those other dead people, and then she like falls through the floor, right? Because the floor in the bathroom is bad.
Doesn't she meet that girl in
Oh, the stall.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kit?
This felt all very Harry Potter to me. Like Moaning Myrtle, and then like the Chamber of Secrets is like under
Uh,
the bathroom.
Yeah, I think they're going for a Welcome to the Hellmouth vibe though. Like it's like Dawn finding her Willow and Xander. But
Right, right, right.
but
Which
this
I'm not sure if I'm into that so much.
I don't. They're
Are
not
these
that.
actors good?
These actors are fine, but these characters are not used very much.
Okay.
Um, these Kit though is played by Alexandra Breckenridge. She goes on to have like a pretty good career.
Okay. That's what.
Um, what did I just see her in? Oh, you know what? I watched her in the first season of American Horror Story. She plays a slutty ghost.
Slutty ghost. So she's
That's
just
right.
always playing ghosts.
She's
That's all
just
she
trying
knows
to
how to do.
fuck people. She's not a ghost on Buffy.
What? Oh, you're talking about her friend. I thought you meant the ghost friend. I
No,
think I
no,
just thought she was a ghost. Why did I think she was a ghost? I
I
thought she was
don't.
Moaning Myrtle. I think that's why, because she's in the stall.
Because she's in a stall. She's just upset on the first day of school. But she's also she's a regular on This Is Us for a while.
Mm-hmm.
She was dating that blonde dude Hartley, and she's on a show now on Netflix. It's been on for a few years called Virgin River.
Yeah.
All right. She was also on Walking Dead for a little bit. I don't remember that, but I guess she was. And yeah. So I'm just saying she's like a legit actor who's like always working.
Well, that's very cool. Shout out to her.
Mm.
I didn't totally get her in this episode, but maybe if she
She's
comes back.
not really asked to do much.
But they
She's
ended it like, here's your new friends for the future season. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. At the time, I remember like Buffy fans like, are they trying to do like a backdoor pilot? Like, are we gonna do Dawn the Vampire Slayer after this?
Well, I felt like that's what this season was teeing up to be
Yeah.
with her new friends, but I guess that you're saying it's not. Uh, but then so Buffy's like running through the halls. She runs into Wood. He's like, I know more about you than I told you earlier. Buffy tries getting Dawn expelled. She's like, bad things are happening. Maybe expel Dawn. She's up to no good. Pretty funny. And then she gets a phone call from Dawn and she's like, oh, our dogs are out. Are they dead? And then he's like, your dogs died? And he's like, what's going on there?
I like when she walks away and he says, good luck with your dog tragedy.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy for him just witnessing that. But and then we cut to Giles and Willow. They learned about the Hellmouth or whatever. I don't know. Uh Dawn, we see that girl. Oh, that guy says he ran away like a girl. I wrote that down.
Yeah.
Can't be a line today. Can't say that.
Nope. I looked up that actor. He's mostly done telenovelas since this.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. They met him down there. I didn't know if he was alive or dead. If he was supposed to be a dead guy.
What is wrong with you? Why can't you tell the difference?
Well, they clarified who he was, but Dawn didn't know at first either. She was like, "Are you dead or alive?" Because we're alive, right? But I don't know. Buffy, she's like, uh, she fights somebody. If at first you don't succeed, cheat. That was a line she had.
Oh yeah, she tries fighting the zombies and then she just jumps over them and says that.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun line. And then Spike showed up, and he looks all scraggly, and he's all cut up.
Yeah, just hanging out in the basement of the school.
But it's fake. He's like lying. He says he tried to cut it out himself. He says,
No,
right?
no, he tried to cut out the soul.
But he's playing it up to Buffy that he doesn't have it because it's a thing where
He's crazy at this point. He's like
I thought this
he
was a
thinks he's
facade.
he's been no, it's not a facade at all. He's been in the basement going crazy because of the soul and also communicating with this whatever it is that shape shifted into all of our old villains. And so I think when he sees Buffy here, he's not even really clear that it's Buffy.
Oh, okay. Because thing later on where Anya's like Anya senses that he's different, like that he has a soul now, and because
Mm.
she's like, "How'd you do it?" And because and I thought here he was trying to pretend like he's still just the same old Spike that he used to be, you know?
I think that's what he's doing at the beginning of the next episode.
Right, when he
But
shows up, right.
but here he's just fucking going nuts.
Okay.
And yeah, that he's got this really gnarly cut on his chest. And
Hmm.
I think the idea is that he's so torn up about the sort of remorse he feels now that he has a soul that he tried to cut his soul out.
Right. But what he did was still pretty bad. Like the those other people never crossed that line. Like Drusilla, Darla, Angel, they never tried to rape anybody. I know he didn't have a soul, but still, what he did, I don't know if I forgive that.
I'm pretty sure Angelus raped people.
I didn't see it. I didn't have to
They've
witness it,
hinted at that many
and he didn't have to
times. I
witness my favorite
don't they
person.
don't they fucking they sort of
They
hint
did
that
to
he probably raped
Holtz's wife.
Holtz's wife. Yeah.
We did get confirmation of that.
But yeah, I mean they've all done incredibly fucked up shit and murdered. Like honestly, I think probably Spike has done less fucked up shit than Angel has. But
Yeah,
he's still got to live with those memories and the rape thing being the most recent thing. Someone that he still feels feelings of love for, that must really fuck with him.
yeah, yeah. I bet. Yeah, yeah. Angel did some fucked up shit too. Angelus, not Angel.
Yeah.
And then we something about the talisman. I was like, get out of here, the fucking talisman, whatever. And then Buffy's like, it's always a talisman. I feel like this is like the first time it's been a talisman, but fair enough.
No, there is a talisman and once more with feeling. There
Okay,
is a
I remember.
talisman back in the Wish.
Oh,
Anyanka had one.
okay. Oh
Uh,
yeah, I do remember that
it's a
one.
trope.
Yeah, fair enough. And we Buffy had seen that earlier, like on the counter when she first saw those guys, but then Xander has to get it later on. I don't know.
Mm.
But something about what's in Dawn's bag. What makes Dawn's bag so powerful?
No, what's wrong with you?
I don't.
Uh, the her friends, she's like, search for weapons or whatever, and the one dude finds some bricks, and he goes, "Give me your bag." She gets Kit to empty out her bag,
Oh, I missed this.
and she puts the bricks in the bag so she can swing the bag as a weapon.
Oh, I missed the whole thing because then Buffy starts using it too. Dawn's like, "Use my bag, use my bag."
Yeah.
So, my bad. Uh, and then Buffy, yeah, she's like, "Here's your crew, Kit and Carlos,
Mm-hmm.
whatever." And then Principal Wood shows up and he's like, "Hey Buffy, you're awesome. Do you want to sort of like help out around here? I know you liked hanging out here for free anyway." But they don't pay. Does he say they're not going to pay her or they're going to pay her a little bit?
No, they're gonna pay her. It's just not gonna be a great paycheck, and it's not a full time job.
Yeah, but she accepts it so she can keep an eye on things. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then we go to Spike, and who does he see? He sees Warren. That was cool. He sees Glory, who I guess I'll tell you what I thought about them afterward. Then he sees Adam. Cool to see Adam back. I feel like he had like longer hair or something. Something was going on with Adam. The mayor, Drusilla, the master, and Buffy. That was crazy. Buffy
I
was.
loved the master. It was so great to see the master again.
It was, but we'd seen him pretty recently in Darla,
Yeah, that's right. Good call.
so not that long ago. But I gotta say something about Glory. I felt like she wasn't that good. I felt like she didn't lock back in the Glory.
Oh
Honestly,
man, bummer.
I know, because I loved her. I thought she was always on it in season 5, and
Yep.
but here I feel like everyone else did a better job than her. But she looked great, but she didn't nail it.
I
But that's the end of the episode.
remember this was really hard to wrangle they like filmed them at very different times, and they weren't able to match them for the morphing for
Oh yeah.
like all of them. That's why like it cuts when it's the mayor. Like they weren't able to match it. But
Glory should have turned into her brother. That would have been fun. Like
oh
for a
yeah,
second, whatever his name
Ben, you
was.
mean?
Ben, yeah.
No. But I mean, it was worth it to do. Such a great way to end the final season premiere.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. And I don't really know what the whole Buffy thing was about. That was really interesting. And it ended on it's the master says it's not about right and wrong, and then Buffy shows up and says it's about power. So
Yeah, and the episode starts with that too. Like Buffy's giving Dawn a speech when the episode opens in the cemetery where Buffy's like training Dawn,
yeah.
and so now every season premiere of Buffy has started in the cemetery except for season 1. Um so and she's telling her that it's about power, who has it, who, and that's basically telling you what the season's going to be about.
Power, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, pretty interesting. I'm trying to rank the episode right now, and I'm not really sure. I feel like it's not that high. Is it going to be that high for you? You think?
It's a little high. I always think of this as being about as good as the season 4 premiere. I That's setting up a whole new
Was that
school.
Dracula?
No. The freshman.
Oh, well, that's way better.
You think that's way better than this?
I think so. Because isn't that villain really like tricked me? I thought wasn't that
Oh
villain
yeah,
the? I thought that was going to be
Sunday.
a whole thing. And this episode, I was like, it's just like another episode.
But I think this does just about as good a job as setting up a status quo and a new location and thematically for the season. It does a nice job there.
Why do I have that
Uh,
one so much higher then? I have that one at 44, and of course, I have this one at 91. Just like thinking about it right now, between the pack and blood ties.
that's where you have lessons.
Yeah, maybe you could go
Why?
higher, but not that much higher.
Where do I have the freshman?
Freshman, you have the freshman at number. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong color. My bad. I have them colored here.
I know.
You have it at 39. That's very high.
Count me down.
Normal again. Living conditions. Band candy. Bad girls. Consequences forever. The Yoko factor. Seeing
Here,
red. What? The Yoko factor. Seeing red.
forever the Yoko factor.
So you're gonna have it at 46, and I had
Mm.
it at 91. That's weird to me.
I don't know. I know how the season plays out. A lot of it is like the shape of a season. I think this really works as like the opening chapter to what comes.
Yeah.
You might appreciate it more later.
And Don's friends didn't. I didn't like them.
No, but also like you're putting a lot of stock in them, which I did at the time too. Like
We're
it
meant
feels
to,
like
I
they're
think.
setting up them up as like important new characters, like the new Xander and I'm not sure we ever even see them again.
What if he came in on a skateboard like Xander did?
That'd be
That'd
great.
have been- yeah, I don't really know. Who's the MVP? MVP? MVP
uh,
Buffy?
MVP Buffy, I would say.
Don's really good, I think.
Are you gonna give Glory the LVP?
No way. I can't in my heart do that. I think I'm gonna go Carlos
Carlos, I agree.
because Kit's better than Carlos.
Yeah.
Excited for Mr. Longren. Maybe he's like a plot you forgot about. You
I
didn't
don't
remember
think
who he
we ever
was.
see this fucking guy again.
Why did they make him so interesting with his full name? I've never heard that Longren.
Yeah.
Fair
Sounds like
enough.
a Western name.